Hey guys, so we have a reveal here over on Twitter. We have the one of the free-to-play characters coming to the game this week. It looks like they've revealed Android 13 joins the fight as a new event-exclusive character. And they also said, we'll be revealing the other event-exclusive character tomorrow, so be sure to stay tuned. So I assume this is related to part 2, right? This has to... My favorite part of the Tournament of Power is when Android 13 just started androiding all over the place. Yeah, that's my favorite part of the Tournament of Power. Oh yeah, that was great. So clearly these other two free-to-play characters are going to be not related to part 1. So I think whatever these are will be related to what comes in part 2 of the anniversary. A lot of people were thinking that these characters would also be related to the Universe Survival Saga. So I saw some people saying that because part 1 was Gohan and Vegeta, we could potentially see like a Piccolo from Tournament of Power, because we actually don't have any, I don't think, Universe Rep Piccolo character in the game. I don't think. So him and potentially maybe like a Krillin from the Tournament of Power as well could have been interesting. But nope, Android 13. Android 13. So I guess this is sort of begs the question, what does this mean for part 2? Now, I will say this in advance as well. If you look at last year, Dragon Fist, Super Saiyan 3 Goku from Wrath of the Dragon, was the part 2 anniversary character. Dragon Fist dropped on June 22nd. We are, right now, it is June 4th. I don't think it's going to take 2.5 weeks to release the next character. So I think what's going to happen is this upcoming week, we'll get the free-to-play characters here. I guess this is interesting because I thought this week would have been an LF Zenkai character. But if they're dropping these two free-to-play characters, then I would imagine they're probably not doing a Zenkai. You know what would be insane? If they did a Zenkai and these two characters. That would be insane. Like, I don't expect that. With how good this anniversary has been, even with that in mind, I don't think they're going to do a Zenkai and also 2 free-to-play units. Because what I think is going to happen is this week will be sort of like an in-between week. We'll get the 2 free-to-play characters here. And then next week, the 14th, is when I expect to get the part 2 character. I think it's going to be a week earlier than it was last year. Remember, Dragon Ball Superhero's first year anniversary is the 11th, which I believe is a Sunday. Yeah, it's a Sunday. It's literally a week from today is Dragon Ball Superhero's 1 year anniversary of releasing in Japan. So Android 13. There's a few ways you can look at this, I guess. He is an Android character. He is from the obviously his own movie, right? He was the main villain of his own movie. I've seen some people speculating this could potentially mean an LF Spirit Bomb absorbed Goku for part 2, which I guess is possible. I'm not going to write that off. I think there's actually like a fairly decent chance that could be what we're getting. But what else is Android 13? He's a movie Android character. So if we look at the Android team, what other movie Android characters do you guys see on this list here? What other movie Android characters are on here? Do you guys see any movie androids? Yeah, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 make a lot of sense here. We can take a look at the movie list here too. I don't know. It just, everything seems to line up too well with Superhero being the second part of the anniversary, to me at least. Now, this is not a direct reference to Superhero, right? Android 13 has nothing to do with Superhero. But he is an android. He is created by the Red Ribbon Army. He has the logo right there on his vest. The Red Ribbon Army was literally... I would argue that Cell Max wasn't really like the main villain of the movie. The main villain of the movie was the Red Ribbon Army, right? And so I guess that kind of does tie in there a little bit. He is a movie android character. I think there's enough of a link between Android 13 and Superhero to where it's not like pure copium that thinking Superhero's part 2 is like asinine. Like, I don't think this is a stretch at all. I don't. I don't know, man. Going part 1 Goku and Frieza to part 2 Spirit Bomb absorbed Goku. I don't know. I don't know if I'd buy that. I would prefer if they just did superhero here. But tomorrow when we get the other free-to-play character revealed, that will tell us pretty much what this is going to be. Like, for example, if tomorrow we get the other free-to-play character and it's like, I don't know, Gohan from the Android 13 movie, then we're like, okay, now, yeah, now we kind of know what's coming, right? But if we get this tomorrow and it's like a free-to-play Pan from superhero, then yeah, I think it's going to be superhero. So I think we'll be able to piece the puzzle together more efficiently once we know the part 2 character here tomorrow. But Android 13, if we look, let's just take a look. Like what characters does Android 13 have? He has this really old blue Android 13. There's the EX one. Where is that? Let me scroll all the way down here. There's like the red EX one. Of course, we have the or Fusion 13, I guess what they call it. That's it, right? It's just these 3 characters. These are the only Android 13s that exist. This was the first iteration of Android 13. This character released alongside Purple Trunks on a Legends Rising banner. This was a really old character. They actually have that? Like, is there... Oh, I don't know. Scroll all the way down to the bottom of this. Let me see here. If we scroll like all the way down... Yeah, here we go. This is the banner. This banner came out on July 24th, 2019. Okay, the funny thing about this Android 13 movie is they did like a million Android 13 movie banners. Like, they were going off with the Android 13 movie. So the first banner they did with the Android 13 movie was Android 14 and Android 15 and the transforming blue Vegeta from base to Super Saiyan. That was an Ultra Space Time banner. So they did the 14, 15, and so those 3 new Sparkings in that banner. Actually a pretty decent banner, even though the characters are obviously not the hype as Vegeta. After that, we move into this Legends Rising banner. We had the blue 13 and the transforming Trunks, obviously based to Super Saiyan Trunks. And then after this, we had another, I think it was another Legends Rising banner. Let me see, can I pull this up with the red 13 here? This is his debut banner. Here we go, yeah. Oh, it was an Ultra Space Time banner, yeah. This is what it was. Ultra Space Time banner 15 with Goku, Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, and Red Fusion 13. Red Fusion 13 was an Ultra Space. So they literally, this banner came out on September 1st. When did this one come out? Okay, so it was basically a month in between this banner and then this banner. But they like in the span of like 3 months or even 2 months, they spammed 3 banners separately that all were 13 movie related. It's ridiculous. Like, when you think of the Android 13 movie, you don't think like, oh my god, yeah, they could milk this movie. This is so hype. Like, I don't think anybody's thinking that. But that's what we're looking at here. Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku. A lot of people thinking maybe this guy potentially could be the LF of Part 2. I guess we'll see. I really don't think they're going to do an LF Android 13 for Anniversary Part 2. No way. No way. We'll see. We'll see what the second character ends up being here. But definitely an interesting decision to release a free-to-play Android 13. Again, me personally, I think there is enough of a connection between Android 13 and like just superhero in general for superhero to still make sense as Part 2. A Red Ribbon Army Android, movie character, like there's enough of a connection, I think. So we'll find out for sure Part 2 when they reveal this character. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you all in the next one.